how to do it, as to how to quote unquote win in Afghanistan. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, since Alexander the Great, the British, the Russians, everyone has tried to conquer Afghanistan. No one is going to conquer it. For over 1,000 years, there's been a giant opium trade out of that nation. You have tribal, hereditary warlords who are always killing each other. Afghanistan will never be at peace until drugs are decriminalized. And so Obama has increased troops in Iraq, but he took out regular forces and increased contractors. He has actually put in more than 40,000 U.S. troops in the last 10 months, but the media has ignored that. Instead, there's been a debate about whether he should further escalate another 42 or 48,000. So really, it's a false debate about what's happening in Afghanistan. Obama is expanding drone predator attacks with these unmanned aircraft into Pakistan, stirring things up.
Well, you know, a UN official actually came out about those predator drones and said that this may be violating international law. So what's next? Is the United States just going to continue to do this?
Well, it clearly violates international law. If the United States believes a terrorist, anyone who opposes what the corporate criminals are doing, is in Tokyo, the United States can't just fly a predator drone over and blow their SUV up. But in the backwater Central Asian countries, they do it routinely. And they have hit teams on the ground that also kill people. They also snatch and grab individuals and then torture them, threaten their families, and have them confess to crimes they didn't commit. This is Hitlerian. This is Stalinesque. This is Maoist. This is anti-freedom. This is authoritarian. And Obama is given the Peace Prize as a sick joke, when really he gives a liberal face, a less harsh face to imperialism than George W. Bush had. George W. Bush just admitted what he was doing and admitted it was preemptive and criminal. With Obama, he tells countries he wants to be friends and says he's going to sign deals with them, and then violates all those agreements. So with Obama, you have a velvet glove on an iron fist, but the iron fist of Obama is actually much bigger and more dangerous than George W. Bush. Barack Obama is a teleprompter reading puppet who has lied about everything he said he would do and is just an actor. He's not the president of the United States. We are fully run by offshore banks and corporations, and we are dominated by the military-industrial complex.
Well, the argument there with the drones, just want to mention very quickly, is that the military does say that although there are civilian casualties, there's less of them than if they were to go at it on the ground. But I want to talk to you about a little bit of a lighter topic here. Congressman Ron Paul, there are rumors that he may seek a re-election for the presidency, or election for the presidency, in 2012. What do you know about this?
All of Ron Paul's life as a doctor and a member of Congress for over 2 decades has been building towards the presidency. And I predicted he was going to run in 2007 before he announced several months before. I personally have challenged him to run because even if he doesn't win, he'll be able to inject real issues like the banking oligarchs, the devaluation of our currency, the destruction of U.S. sovereignty to globalism, the open announcement for global carbon taxes to fund this new private bank of the world that is to literally rule the planet and all financial activities. Ron Paul has been right about everything he's talked about in the past. And so his credibility has risen and risen and risen. He came very close to winning the Republican primary. I believe Ron Paul will announce in the next year and a half, but I'm challenging him. I'm fully confident he will run, but I'm challenging him to, because the crises are becoming too great. The Pentagon may start World War III, a major escalation before then. The Depression may deepen by then. I'm challenging Ron Paul by the spring at the latest of next year that in the next 6 months, he needs to declare that he's running for president in 2012 to energize the base that's already growing and to build the grassroots cadres in every state and county and city so that he is an unstoppable force in the Republican primary. He is the only Republican candidate that will be able to successfully defeat Barack Obama. He was anti-war when Bush was in. He's anti-war now when Obama continues the war. He's against socialist government, health care, and eugenics. He is against devaluing the dollar. He is against starting wars with all these other countries. He wants to be friends with Asia and Europe and Russia and Latin America. Ron Paul is constitutional on every issue. He is popular in every major poll. Americans on the left and right support him. It is Ron Paul's destiny to run for president. He's 74, but he jogs and bikes every day. He's in great shape. And barring a serious medical illness, Congressman Ron Paul will be running for president. I know him. I know his family. I know what makes him tick. He's not told me he's going to run. I've asked him privately. He said, well, that's off in the future. We'll look at it. But I can just tell you that it's a guarantee he's going to run, barring a serious medical illness. And he will win the Republican primary unless there's election fraud. There was election fraud in New Hampshire, in Nevada, in Arizona. I talked to people that worked in the polling places. He was really winning. So just because he has a good chance of winning doesn't mean he'll actually win. But resistance is victory. And we need him in the campaign, in the debates, to be injecting real issues and shattering the left-right paradigm and showing that both major political parties and the candidates that they select for the people are controlled by the very same shadow interest that are now openly setting up this new world order, this global government that the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon called for in the New York Times on Monday.